Hello everyone, congrats on getting this far in the semester. Now let's finish off strong with your last project, CPU Scheduler. So in this project, you're going to be taking a set of matrices and you're going to be scheduling them based off of the three different algorithms here. Now for this matrices itself, you can take the one provided on Canvas or you can make your own. Just use the same matrices for each algorithm you run. So don't use different ones. It's simpler that way. Don't make three different schedule matrices. If you make your own, just follow a few rules. For priority, have at least four of them different priority numbers. So like here, I have five different numbers, 1 through 5. In the example, they have four different priority numbers, and the number doesn't matter. Technically one could be 100, one could be, 3. Just make them different numbers. And then for the CPU burst, have them all greater than 0, of course. And one of them, at least one of the CPU burst values, should not be a multiple of 10. So right here, this is a multiple 10, so are these. And I have a couple that are not. This will be important for round robin later. So, it could be 25, 15, 17, 38, whichever you want. All right, so let's actually run these programs. So I already ran first come first serve. This should be easy, right? Whatever comes first in your matrices list, it'll run first. So T0 ran first, then T1, T2, etc. All right. Priority. It's gonna go based off of the value in the second column. So here I have, or my code does it based off the highest number. So that's why T0 ran first. Then the next one is T4 because it has the next highest priority number. And this is why we want, different priority numbers just so we can see it actually working. And then, so on and so forth. The programs run. That should be simple. You can have it run for based on priority, right? It could be either highest first or lowest first. Priority is based off one's interpretation, but for me, I just did highest. If you want to go from lowest to highest, that's all. That also works, right? It's going off of the priority here, so that's all fine by me. And round robin. All right, sorry. For round robin, it's gonna be a little tricky, so just stay with me here. So let me just delete all this so it's less confusing for you guys. So in round robin, you're gonna go by each process one by one and run them for a certain amount of quantum units. In my example, I have it listed as 10. So let's just get started and show you. So it shows that process 0 is ran first. So, we're going to go through this list, top down. So T0, it's, how do I do this? T0 minus a quantity unit of 10. That means there will be 30 left. And T1 minus 10, 25 minus 10, that would be 15 left. And then just so on and so forth, 15. Process 3 will have 20 left. T4 minus 10, that will be 0. All right. So what we just did here is that we took the first process in our list, executed for just only a certain amount of quantum units. So we are not running a program until it's done executing, only running it for a certain amount of quantum units, okay? So it may be done executing, like T4. Other times it might not. There might still be some left to run. So let's move on to the second round. So again, top down. Let's see, process 0, run for another 10 units. T1, then T2, T3. And then since process 4 is done executing, we're not even going to bother with it. We're not going to print anything out right here, see? So we can just simply move on. They're still running for 10 units. Each process is still running for 10 units. For round 3, right? So we're going to do it again. Top down in the process list. Process 0, run for another 10 units. And then this is why I mentioned earlier to not have one of your values a multiple of 10. now that I think about it, it's mainly just like based on your quantum value. So if your quantum value is 7, have one of your CPU bursts not a value of 7. This is just a little bit of a use case where, T0, it's only going to run for 5, right? Because there's only 5 left. Can't run 10 when it doesn't have 10 to begin with, right? So just a little tidbit. I know it's a little annoying, but, just a little thing to add in your code. T0 will run it for 10, or I guess whatever is left. T0 or T3 is also done. And round 4, you're just going to run this one last time to finish it off. So that's round robin. In summation, you're going through the list of your processes from the first downward, and you're only running it for a certain amount of quantum units. You're not gonna run it until it's done executing. You're only gonna run it for a small amount. All right, hopefully that explains these programs well enough, and let me know what you guys think. Good luck on this project and your finals. Bye-bye.